What's going on, everybody? Jay Hartha here for another installment of Steering Wheel Chronicles. Yeah, it's been a minute. So, I'm gonna start this video like this because I want to grab your attention first, and I want to ask y'all: when blacks are advocating, against police brutality, should they be up in arms for people with records or with bad credentials? Now, I want to preface this a little bit. I want to discuss a little bit what brought me to this. So today I was looking at what happened to up in Brooklyn to Saheed Vassell. I apologize for mispronouncing his name because I know I'm not pronouncing it right off the top. And then that led me to looking into what happened in California with Stephon Clark. And when I YouTube Stephon Clark, one of the first videos, if not the first video that popped up was, should black women support Stephon Clark, with his killing and all this other stuff? And so I was, I didn't watch the whole video, but I was listening to the video and skimming through the comments. And, the dude apparently had a Twitter that bashed black women. His baby mom / girlfriend bashed black women a lot. He had a very bad, criminal record, so on and so forth, from what I read or whatever. And then we have the point of factor of with what happened in Brooklyn, the dude holding, a pipe and pointing it like a gun. And so, a lot of people, especially people who aren't of color, they tend to bring in the fact of a person's criminal background and everything when it comes to them being, shot and killed. And so I wanted to ask this question: do you think that blacks should still support these people who are killed, despite their records, so on and so forth? Now that I've asked y'all, my opinion is yes. And the reason I say this is because it's not that I want to separate the issues, but I'm separating the issues, basically. Like, for example, Dr. King, rest his soul, just celebrated, the day of his assassination. You know what I mean? And thing is that Dr. King was, to my knowledge, a womanizer. But yet we push for him so hard because of the great things that he did for the people in the culture. He was a radical. He wasn't very much liked at the time that he was, alive and up in arms for civil rights. But with that being said, though, he still had some negative attributes about him, as do many people. And so we don't allow him being a womanizer. Matter of fact, it's not even talked about much because we don't want that taking away from what happened. And the thing is that the only reason I referenced that is because I just want to say that Stephon Clark, for example, criminal record, immoral towards, black women, so on and so forth. All of these are attributes against his character, but not about the situation. The police who showed up and shot him in the back, mind you, they did not necessarily know he disliked black women to this extent. They, at the time, probably weren't even aware that he was the one who was, they probably didn't know who he was when they were going to get him. They probably didn't know this is a dude who already has a previous record. Nobody probably name drop, oh, this is Stephon Clark, so y'all need to go ahead and handle this. And so the shooting had nothing to do with his character and background. As the same with the guy pointing, the pole. And I apologize for saying the guy, I just don't want to butcher his name anymore. But he had preconditioned mental disorder, which I also wonder how far that's going to go. We defend so many Euro-Americans who slaughter many people, but get taken down peacefully. And then we say, oh, they have mental issues. But when it's a black person with a mental issue, we kind of glaze over it or use it as a condition to justify, their murder. And murder. Emphasize murder. So, yeah, the thing is that oftentimes, yes, these people do have records. Yes, these people, may be very problematic. But them being problematic, their history does not support their murder. It's one of the things one of my professors used to ask, and this is the point I believe where I'm going to end on. But my professor used to ask in class, or used to say, the reason he's against police brutality, the reason he advocates against it, so on and so forth, is because he often asks the question: if they were caught and put in custody, would their crime warrant the death penalty? And that is a big thing we have to